the music.
Hi everyone, welcome to the Behind the Music show, a show that is about instrumentalists, songwriters, producers, sound engineers. Yes, you could be watching something else, but lo and behold, you're here. We welcome all of you. Thank you so much for tuning in. My name is Lutz Devi. Yes, and today we have a special guest. Yes, a special guest. Not that you are not special, or not that those that were before were not special, but we have a special guest, and we are so glad to have him on the show. His name is Justus Archangel. Yes, sir.
Hello.
How are you, sir?
I'm okay. How are you?
I'm okay.
Yes.
I've heard so much about you.
Oh, really?
And I am so delighted that finally I have met with you.
Finally, we've met. Yeah.
You know, you resemble someone.
Hey, who?
You resemble someone. I don't know if people know him. He's called Lawrence.
Oh, Lawrence Matov is a very good friend of mine. We sometimes play together in band.
You are not related?
No, we are not related.
Oh, but you resemble.
Yeah.
What's your name?
My name is Justus Archangel. Yes.
Wait, Archangel, like the angels in heaven?
Yes.
Are you related to say Michael? I think there are 4.
Yes.
And one fell.
Lucifer.
Yes.
Yes.
So you're related to who?
I'm related to God. Yeah.
But like Archangel.
Yes.
Is that your real name or?
Yeah,
just...
that's my name actually. It was given to me by my father after my mom wanted to call me Angel.
Oh.
So my dad spiced it up and he said, okay, he will be called Archangel. So
yes.
That was.
How about Justus?
Even Justus, it was my dad.
Yeah. Do you have a local name?
Yeah, I have a local name, of course. I'm Ugandan.
Yeah, you're Ugandan.
Yeah, my local name is Mugumya.
Mugumya.
Yes.
Yes. Mugumya. Is it the same with the Mugumes?
No. Mugumya is actually, Mugumya follows both cultures, in the Western culture and the Central culture. So the Western culture, it's called Mugumya, with that kind of pronunciation, Mugumya. And the Central culture, it is Mugumya. Yeah, it's musical.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow. Nice meeting you, sir.
Nice meeting you too, man.
I'm glad. Yeah. So, man, just tell us, what's your story? Where did you begin the musical journey? Who interested you in the music journey?
My music journey started way back, back in school in Chisubi. Of course, before then, it had started when I was a child. Yeah, because I remember in nursery school, those reports used to come, and then the teacher wrote, he's so sensitive to music. And my mom didn't realize that, because we are talking about way back in ages where pianos existed very little. And yeah, so and then one time she asks me, what can I buy you for your birthday? And I immediately said, a keyboard. And she bought me a toy keyboard. So then I taught myself Joy to the World, because Joy to the World is one of the easiest songs anyone can really find out.
Yeah.
So I taught myself Joy to the World without any teacher. And yeah, that's how it all started.
It all started?
Yes.
When you were young?
Yeah, when I was young.
Then after there, where did you go to?
After that, I went to Chisubi. Yeah, I went to Chisubi Seminary, and from there, I started teaching. And from there, I started teaching myself most of the things. But I started on with guitar, surprisingly. Then I played a little bit of it, the primary chords, sang along with playing the guitar, and then I got interested in piano, and then yes, that's how I started my journey till around 2006. There's this priest who came and he was really, really good, professional pianist. And then I told him if he could teach me. So he said, oh yes. So we started on with lessons and he put me to doing ABRSM exams, the piano exams. And then I did them with grade 4, starting on grade 4. And he taught me, he brought me, connected me to Kampala Music School. And then from then, my journey started.
Wow, you went to Kampala Music School. Do you have a degree in music?
At Kampala Music School, the degree here in Uganda, no, I don't have a degree on Makerere or what, no. But at Kampala Music School, they have exams that are affiliated to one of the best universities, actually one of the top 3 universities. That is the Associated Board of Royal School of Music in London.
Wow.
Yeah, so those are the exams that you do here in Uganda. So those exams are graded until diploma, until LRSM to FRSM. Those are the really highest. So you choose whether you want to perform or you want to do theoretical. Yes.
Is there a certificate given around?
Oh yes. You're given certificates that is, the certificates you're given are internationally recognized. Yeah.
I would like to come.
Oh yes.
I will inbox you and tell me that. Yes. So, who is this Archangel? Just in simple terms.
He's a simple guy, simple musician. Thank God he gave him that talent, because I don't know if I would be a very good soccer player or basketball player. I've played basketball before, but I've done music better.
Yeah. You are interested in soccer?
Oh, no man isn't interested in soccer.
Yeah, apart from me.
Apart from you?
Yeah.
You look like a soccer player.
I just look like one, but I'm not a fan. And I thought it's normally the case with the instrumentalists, because most of my friends, apart from just having a team, they are not really fans of the soccer,
of playing. Yeah.
I was going to ask you why, anyway, how do you do that? Because in most cases, when you're rehearsing, that's when maybe Manu is playing with something.
Oh yes, I didn't really, at the time, I didn't really follow up so much onto soccer.
Oh.
That's some life that we musicians, most of the musicians, we are taken away from. We are taken away from some part of life, because you spend most of your life practicing and getting better, and each time, once you get good at something, there's something new. You can never end practice.
Yeah. Okay. Going back to music.
Yeah.
How many instruments do you play?
I play like 5 instruments. Yeah.
I do 3.
You do 3. Okay. Which ones? So you're a musician.
I'm also a musician. I try to copy you guys.
Oh, cool. You're a musician then?
Yeah, which instruments?
First I would say piano, then next cello, then guitar. Like I told you, I studied guitar first before piano, then guitar, then violin, and then a recorder.
A recorder?
Yes.
Wow, so amazing. So you talked about cello. What's a cello?
Cello is a string instrument. Yeah, it falls under the family of strings, where we have cello, violin, viola, and double bass.
Double bass?
Yes. Yeah. So the violin is the one they play while you put on your shoulders, and the viola. Yes. Both, even violin and viola, you put on your on your shoulder. And then the cello, it's actually called a violin cello. Yes. So you put in between your legs.
In between. Is that the one?
Yes, this is a cello. So you put in between your legs, and then you play it. And then double bass, you only play it when you're standing up. Yeah. Sometimes if you get a longer stool, you can sit and play
can
it,
sit
but
and play it.
mostly when you're standing.
When you're standing.
Yeah.
This one looks like a bass guitar.
Yeah, it looks like a bass guitar
but
because
what's the difference between this
and
and a bass guitar? Because they all we have basses that have 4 strings, and
Yes.
I've seen this.
Yes.
It's like a 4-string instrument. So how different is it?
So yes, this cello falls under the bass, the bass categories. The bass guitar has lower notes,
Notes.
low notes. This one doesn't have low notes. It's like a tenor, but again, it can go really low. Its lowest is you can call it the C2 on the piano. The C2 on the piano. Yes.
All right. Ah man, first antikanchikwate mukono ndabira. I was told it's tuned
Yes.
with, I think, perfect fifth.
Yeah, it's tuned. This is string C, the first string, the lowest string. It is C, and then the next string is G. And when you, if you know some music, you know that C and G are fifth apart.
Yes.
And then that is a D.
A D.
Yes, and G, D is a fifth apart.
Yes.
And then that's a A. Yes.
Wow.
And
Wow.
then it's also fifth apart. So
Wow. So why did you take up this? Why not a violin?
that's a very good question. I have a cousin. Can I put this down?
Yeah, it's fine.
I have a cousin who plays piano, and then he also plays cello. But I didn't know that he played any of these before. And then one time at Kampala Music School, when I'm learning the piano, normally we have visiting artists. Yeah, and in that year, I think it was 2011, we had artists who came. Sebastian, was called Sebastian Lip, and Daniel Kramer from the UK. Yeah, and we are very, very great cellists. So at that point, I told them to really teach me, and yes, that's how my journey started. And then after 2 weeks of me learning cello, Maurice Curia comes along looking for a cellist. He wanted something string and bass, like to play in his concert back in 2011. Just 2 weeks, and he finds me. We play Angels Carried Me with him, like jamming around, and I'm learning, and he trusts me to play in his show.
Wow.
And that was really a very good push, because okay, I'm just learning this new instrument. I've just learned it for 2 weeks, and he says, "You sound good. You will play in Angels Carried Me on my show." So he used to come around, we practiced with him, and then before you know it, in 2011, we have a show, and then yeah, we pulled it off.
Is that the only show? Yeah.
No, I've performed so many shows with the cello. Yeah, that was my first one that I cannot forget.
That pushed you.
Yeah.
Oh. Ah, man. So the other thing is about the cello and the piano.
Yeah.
Which one do you really love to play? like it takes your heart when you sit on it. That's it. Even if you don't eat.
You see, that question is like asking, of your children, whom do you love? Whom do you love most? Because these are all my children. Yes. So when I sit on the piano, I feel good. When I sit on cello, I feel good. It's just that in some mood, you feel like, you know, I want to play cello.
But which one do you really which one do you really play best?
My master instrument is piano, just like any other most people. Their master instruments are piano. My master instrument is piano. I'm a pianist. I've performed more concerts in piano than in cello, because I started with piano, and by the time I started studying cello, I was already far ahead with piano. Yeah.
I saw something on Facebook on your page. I've seen a lot of so many artists that I don't know whether you're just featuring them or you're just jamming with them. Is that a program or something you just put just for us to see?
Yeah, that's something for you to see. Sometimes we meet and let's jam, and then before you know it, this looks good. Maybe people need to see, especially during these COVID times, people really needed something every time. So when we got a chance and met, we jam and then send to people.
All right. So you're going to tell me two people. I mean, two people. One, who inspires you when it comes to the piano? Shall start from Uganda. And who inspires you when it comes to the cello? Okay, the person that you look up to and be like, man, I wish I were like this guy.
Okay, with the inspirations, with piano, there are two people. Classically, is my teacher, Mr. Luja Paul. He's an amazing pianist and an amazing organist too. Yeah, and then with contemporary and jazz, that's David Pragmo. Yes, and with cello, it's my cousin, Katimbo Duncan. He's an amazing cellist. Yes.
Going back to the cello, I have not seen it in Ugandan shows. Would you say that you learning it does not really profit a lot? Just like a pianist, you're going to find them on almost every show. But I've taken long and I have not seen a show that is majorly maybe a cello or a violin being played on the show.
Those shows actually happen when it is majorly violin, majorly cello. But when those shows happen, they just happen. That okay, next week a cellist is coming. Normally, it's not the Ugandan. Why? Because in Uganda, we've just learned the cello. Cello is not like a very old instrument in Uganda. If you really count how old the cello is, they are new, and we are in the process of getting cellists. You see, in Uganda, if we count cellists, there are very few. I don't think we are even up to 20. But how many keyboard players we have? We have so many. You're a keyboard player, I'm a keyboard player, so many keyboard players. But when you count cellists, you have to make calls. You actually have their numbers and your phone book is not full. You will know that this is a cellist, this is a cellist, no, this one. Yeah, so, yes, also it's a very delicate instrument. Yeah, so when you told me that I need a concert with cello, I really need to practice. It's not something I'll just have to come into and then start. Then I'll have to practice, okay, because cello and Ugandan music, you may find that I'm playing so less, or I have to play so more. And if I'm to do any of those, I have to really get it all together.
Like even the genre.
Yeah.
Ate wani waffe tuli nyo bakidandali.
Exactly. Bakidandali. So,
Genda kuwa.
ojja kuba okuba note emu, C, 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 G, G. So, yeah, which is the best player is already doing, because it's also under the bass category. Yeah. And not so many people have used cello in their productions. Yeah, but Maurice Kyria has used cello in his production, like the last album. Actually, I featured in it, Beyond Myself, in a song Kulunakoro. So if you really listen, there's very good strings, because actually he used live strings into that. And yeah, he called unto me and he said, hey, I have this song, please get the music for it, write the music, cello parts, and then play, and then get me a violin player. And I said, oh wow, that was a challenge. So we played 2 cellists there and 1 violin player. And then the other strings we all added up together.